So now we have 65 days for mains examination. Now at this juncture we will have different kinds of candidates who have qualified mains or who have qualified prelims. One, somebody who is ready with notes of GS as well as optional. Somebody clearing prelims was a sudden surprise. And for somebody who is writing mains for last few attempts, right? Now, for somebody whose notes is ready and writing mains for the first time, we will have a different strategy. I'll say this is category 1. For somebody whose mains is or whose clearing prelims is a sudden surprise and who are not ready with notes is the second category. And somebody who is writing multiple mains, we would consider them as the third category. Now coming to the first category, that is somebody whose mains notes is ready and writing mains for the first time. Now for them, I would suggest the first and foremost thing that you should be doing is you should be focusing on revision of the notes, one, and parallelly you should be focusing on writing tests. And when I say writing tests, the understanding here is very clear that you should be able to write tests definitely on Saturday and Sunday. I would say you should keep your day more for execution, that is Saturday and Sunday you should focus on writing tests. Saturday you should focus on writing GS and optional. Sunday you should focus on writing essay, ethics. This is for somebody whose notes is ready and who is focusing on execution when it comes to the test. Now apart from this, your focus after doing this parallelly by reading the solution of the test, you should be able to add something to your existing notes. Add something to your existing notes. This is the third thing that you are supposed to do. The fourth aspect that you are supposed to do is the value addition, because your existing notes might be a base notes, would be a short notes. Value addition, now for value addition you can take the assistance of strategic revision for mains classes. I quickly skim through the handouts that are present with respect to the strategic revision where you can have your value addition. Now I always say that value addition is not question specific, it is always topic specific. That means which topic of which paper and what kind of value addition has to be done, that can be looked into with respect to this particular category. Now for somebody for whom clearing prelims was a surprise, the second category, now there is nothing to revise for them because maximum they have is only the prelims notes or either the coaching notes or either some institute's material. Now all said and done, in 65 days my fundamental experience says that there is no magic which is going to happen. And when I say there is no magic which is going to happen, the understanding is very clear. I would say for these people it is more of reverse engineering which is going to work out. Now when I say reverse engineering, most of your reverse engineering should be centered around PYQs from 2013 till 2025. I would say for all of these people who are belonging to this particular category, that means who do not have any notes till now, try to do your mains through PYQs. That is one definite aspect. Apart from that, you can also consolidate your notes through SRM classes. That means on a daily basis, you have over 2 hours of class. So quickly go through the class and quickly consolidate the notes with respect to the subject. So what is going to happen now? Somewhere you are going to have some notes to sit and revise, which is handwritten, which is consolidated, which is there in one place. Then along with this, I would say for you, you should definitely practice some tests, because most of you might not be having some answer writing strategy. So my fundamental assessment for these people would be focus on writing tests. When I say focus on writing tests, again, may not be as many tests as the category 1, but I would say at least ensure that you write something like 8 plus 4, or at least write some sectional and at least one full length cycle, right? I am not talking about rigorous practice with respect to the second category, because for us the major focus is going to be somehow preparing these notes through reverse engineering. And anyway, through this process, again, the value addition should happen again through PYQs, is what is going to be a simpler strategy for somebody who is writing mains for the first time and who doesn't have notes. Now coming to the third category, somebody who is writing mains multiple times but failing to get an interview call. Now these people should majorly focus on execution to a larger extent. So for them, what I would say, it is the practice which is going to be more important when it comes to mains examination. 1, 2, definitely value addition should be one area that you should focus upon. When I say value addition is the area that you should focus upon, per se, what is the existing value addition? See whether it is relevant when you are writing, and in case wherever you find it not being relevant, I would say kindly update. I would say kindly update. So what can be seen here? Value addition. You might be already having some existing value addition because you have written mains multiple times. So look at existing value addition. Then the relevant, whether it is relevant or not, and then kindly update the respective value addition. And for this, again, for updation, I can definitely tell you, you can take the assistance of SRM classes, where you can quickly skim through the handouts again for necessary updations. And more importantly, I would say you need to focus more on structuring. Now here, when I'm talking about execution, the similar levels of practice will happen where your Saturdays and Sundays are going on test. You're going on test Saturdays and Sundays, where one GS on Saturday, one optional on Saturday, one essay on Sunday, and ethics on Sunday. So what is this fundamental recurring practice is going to enable you to do? It's going to ease the way of writing. 1, it is going to enable you to structure your answer in a much better manner, because you have been doing it constantly every week. Because now roughly you have over 8 weeks which are present, where 8 weeks you can simulate, you can write. And more importantly, this is going to build the endurance at any cost. That's very, very important aspect that you need to follow for next 65 days. Now coming to the timeline that I would like to keep in, right? Now this timeline is going to be common for all. There's no deviation with respect to timeline. I am saying, say this is 17th June. Maximum should be pushed till 25th July. Maximum should be pushed till 25th July, where I would say till 30th June, you can prioritize more of optional than GS. That means something like 6-4 or something like 5-5. It should be fine. So optional should be the priority, where I would say a pre-lunch session should be optional, and your post-lunch session should be GS. Now after 30th June till 15th July, after 30th June till 15th July, the major focus should be on GS vis-a-vis optional. the major focus should be on GS vis-a-vis optional, where you can inverse the proportion. That means 6 hours of GS, 4 hours of optional. Now, after you finish this, between 15th July till 25th July, whatever is remaining, is there something miscellaneous or some value addition exercise has to be done? All of those things can be done in these 10 days. Now, when I'm saying doing all of this, I am meaning that you're revising, you're writing tests, and more importantly, you're consolidating. You're revising, you're writing tests, and more importantly, you're consolidating when it comes to these days. Then in the last 10 days, that is 15th to 25th July, I would say that whatever is the miscellaneous that is remaining, whatever value addition can be done, that has to be done. Now, after 25th July till 25th July till 5th August, I would say it should be the second cycle of revision. It should be the second cycle of revision. Now, when I say the second cycle of revision, in this second cycle of revision, I would suggest one simulation to be done for all of the subjects, that is GS as well as optional. Then once you have done that, from 15th August till 20th August is the timeline that we have, 5th August till 20th August. Now, from 5th August till 11th August, you can focus on optional exclusively and maybe 1 to 2 hours of GS. You can focus exclusively on optional and maybe 1 to 2 hours of GS. Now, 11th August till 20th August, your focus should be on GS with 1 to 2 hours of optional. Your focus should be on GS with 1 to 2 hours of optional. Now, why am I going to inverse this strategy between 11th August till 20th August? The understanding is very clear. The major reason that I'm going to do that here is I'm going to write my GS paper first. And not only that, we are going to have 5 days of gap with respect to optional. So whatever necessary revisions have to be done, those can be done just before optional. But we are not leaving optional completely, rather we are keeping 1 to 2 hours of optional with along with GS, but major composition is going to be GS. Now this is going to be the timeline when it comes to the mains preparation for next 65 days. Now many of you might be feeling 65 days is not sufficient. Although it is true, but what I would say is we will have to maximize our outcome through this particular process. And unless and until we maximize our output from this particular process, in fact, I would say it should be a blessing in disguise, because lesser the time, more the output and more the efficiency that we generally derive. Now, there are some things which you should not definitely do, right? Which you should not definitely do. Don'ts. One, no new sources. No new sources. Two, no bulky sources. 3, no process of elaborate note making. 4, please get over the feeling of FOMO. Please get over the feeling of FOMO, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen, all of these are going to waste my time. Waste my time. There are certain things which are compulsory. There are certain things which are compulsory. One, every day allocate some time for PYQs. Every day allocate some time for PYQs at any cost. 2, ensure that you are practicing tests at any cost without any deviation. Ensure that you are practicing tests. Now, don't be in that overconfidence that, or don't be in that feeling that I will have to keep on reading. It's okay, I can go on write. I would say kindly practice tests. Although you might be brainstorming, but sitting and writing for 3 hours is a different ball game altogether. In that, all through the period, the consistency of the thought is going to be a miss. So what I would definitely suggest at this particular juncture is kindly practice tests, do's. Then kindly revise. Revise, especially with respect to both GS as well as optional. Kindly revise. 4, ensure that you maximize the number of hours of self-study. Ensure that you maximize the number of hours of self-study at any cost. So when you are going to maximize the number of hours of self-study, automatically what is seen to be happening? We would be moving closer to the exam and we have lot to cover and we can definitely cover within the respective time period. And I would say do not unnecessarily engage in unnecessary conversations because people around will be scaring you. Or do not unnecessarily get into the euphoria of clearing prelims examination. You might be feeling that I've cleared the toughest prelims, but please remember, the game is still not over till it is over. The first and the toughest stage you have cleared, that means it's definitely a blessing and you should definitely utilize this opportunity to write mains and realize your ambition of becoming a civil servant. So kindly plan accordingly with respect to these aspects. The timeline was clear. For somebody who has notes, for somebody who didn't have notes, for somebody who is writing multiple mains, it is clear. And some do's and some don'ts, it is clear. Right? So ensure that you plan this particular preparation for next 65 days in these dimensions. If you have any questions, kindly let me know. I don't want to take much of your time to a larger extent. I know every minute is precious. If there are any doubts that you want me to address all through, I can definitely address, my dear. Kindly let me know. Online, you can message. I think I've addressed all the aspects. Sir, SRM Anthro, when will it start? We are starting it on 22nd, my dear. The official classes will start on 22nd. Saturday and Sunday will be having a free session with respect to thinkers of anthropology of both paper 1 and paper 2. The course in its totality will start from 22nd. But otherwise, we have started already. Last 2 days was answer writing. Saturday and Sunday will be thinkers. And from Monday onwards, we will have the official classes going on. And SRM along with test series will be there. Any other questions that people would like to ask? How to consolidate for essay? See, how to make notes for mains, my dear. Now, in case if you are writing mains this year, Akhilesh, I am expecting that you are writing mains. I already told you that the understanding is very clear. For somebody who does not have mains notes now, it is a process of reverse engineering which you should follow. Not sit and make elaborate notes. Now, with respect to essay, I would say kindly rely on PYQs and the themes which are repeated in PYQs to consolidate notes. Right, you see from 2013 till 2025, you have some bunch of themes which are constantly repeated. I would say have those themes, keep a one pager for that and ensure that what kind of dimensions will be brought in. Most of the times you will see in essay will be using similar kinds of anecdotes, similar kinds of examples, similar kinds of dimensions, even if the topic is not the same which is being asked. So that's a strategy that you can be following where you can consolidate your essay depending upon your PYQs. Any other questions? Any other questions, my dear? To make short notes, which phase is good? See, for me, any given day, the initial phase is what I would highly suggest. As and when you're finishing a revision, I would say consolidate during that period, because in my second cycle of revision, I should be used to revise that particular short notes. So in the first cycle you finish, second cycle you have your short notes ready where you are revising. Then in the third and fourth cycle also the similar short notes has to be revised. I would say in the first cycle itself, whenever you are sitting and revising whole of your notes, there itself you draw and extract your short notes. Any other questions? Any other questions? So for GS, is our class notes sufficient for mains or should I make short notes? Now from that, I would say kindly extract. But already the SRM classes will have this short note, so that you can also take that assistance if you don't have that notes. If you don't have the notes, you can definitely take the assistance of SRM notes, which can make you have that short notes ready. Any other questions? Any other questions? Right. So if there are no other questions, I don't want to waste much of your time. So kindly revise, don't waste time. Any kinds of queries, sir, notes for CA and value added is sufficient. Yes, it is sufficient. So any kind of questions, any kind of queries, we are just available at a message away. So you can definitely text or you can definitely come down and meet us. We are available. Kindly don't waste time. Kindly maximize the opportunity that you have. That's it from my side for today. All the very best, my dear. All the very best. Thank you.